I mean, are we surprised? Why would we be surprised that he said this on that news network? Why are we surprised?
Matthew Dowd got fired, and unfortunately, some on the left in the media, they've made some controversial comments following Charlie Kirk's political assassination.
He did exactly what a lot of our heroes of the Bible did. We need to be thanking God. We got to see a real life person who was all out for Christ lose their life, just like a lot of our heroes did in that Bible, folks. So yes, it's sad, but at the same time, I feel a sense of pride. What is the deal, good people? I am Ty Smith. You're watching my channel, Modern Renaissance Man, which I'm greatly appreciative of. Make sure you guys follow me up here, follow me down here. Click this because it helps me. Thank you very much. If and when you do subscribe to the channel, click the bell notification that will bring down a drop box for you to select all notifications. Don't forget to check out the other channel called Man, Husband, Father. I greatly appreciate that. I'm going to get right on into this, folks. We all know, and y'all seen how we all went through a lot of stuff, depending on how close you was, what type of relationship you had with Charlie Kirk, whether you agree with him or not. I told you guys I'm not going to show you anyone, and I'm still not going to do it as of right now. I'm not going to show any videos of anybody that's celebrating what happened to Charlie Kirk. No more than I would show anybody celebrating any other death of any type of political opposition or anybody that you would disagree with. People celebrating another human being life being taken for dialogue is just incomprehensible. Anyway, MSNBC. Start talking about this event, this tragedy that happened to Charlie Kirk. And I don't understand how we seem to be surprised at what this man is about to say. And I'm going to tell you why after this.
Christina Coleman is back live with that. Christina.
That's right, Tracy. We're hearing that this political contributor, Matthew Dowd, got fired. And unfortunately, some on the left in the media, they've made some controversial comments following Charlie Kirk's political assassination. Take a listen.
After one of the Doge employees was allegedly attacked in Washington, D.C., that's what Donald Trump used as justification to send in federal troops into Washington, D.C. to get things under control. You can imagine the administration using this as a justification for something.
We don't know if this was a supporter shooting their gun off in celebration, or so we have no idea about this. But following up on what was just said, he's been one of the most divisive, especially divisive younger figures in this, who is constantly sort of pushing this sort of hate speech.
Yeah, so that comment got him in some pretty big trouble. MSNBC quickly addressed how inappropriate it was, writing, quote, during our breaking news coverage of the shooting of Charlie Kirk, Matthew Dowd made comments that were inappropriate, insensitive, and unacceptable. We apologize for his statements, as has he. There is no place for violence in America, political or otherwise. And tonight, President Donald Trump also called out anyone making comments demonizing those who disagree with them politically.
It's a long past time for all Americans and the media to confront the fact that violence and murder are the tragic consequence of demonizing those with whom you disagree day after day, year after year, in the most hateful and despicable way possible.
That's right. No room for that. And again, Fox Digital reporting that MSNBC has fired political analyst Matthew Dowd over his inappropriate comments today, according to two sources familiar with the matter. Trace?
Christina, back to you as the news warrants.
So, why are we surprised when evil speaks evil, when evil does evil, when evil displays evil, when evil simply is evil? Oh, yeah, they had to respond and fire him and all that because they was about to get the biggest backlash in the world because a lot of people started calling to pull MSNBC's licenses, right? Why would this man say something like that, right? Right? That's what a lot of people ask. Why wouldn't he, is what I'm saying. If you are a part of these news networks that sole purpose is to spread propaganda, push sensationalism, push crazy radical ideologies, Why shouldn't that man feel emboldened to say what he said? In his mind, he probably sitting there like, I don't get it. Why am I like, really? Why am I getting fired? Why am I getting fired? He felt emboldened. He felt comfortable saying what he said because this has been their platform. This has been their rhetoric. It's been their agenda to spew out a bunch of crap, a bunch of hate, a bunch of nonsense, a bunch of weird, crazy ideologies, twisting words and things like that around. Oh, it could have came from one of Charlie Kirk's supporters firing off a what? And support of Charlie Kirk. Woohoo! Pow pow. Really? Because the same thing could have been President Trump's end. And guess what they said? Some loud shots. I mean, there were loud pop-pop sounds. Oh, President Trump tripped and fell. That's what they're supposed to do. So again, I get that I agree with y'all. I'm not saying that it wasn't insensitive that he said it. I'm not saying it wasn't messed up that he said what he said. What I am saying, I wanted this to stick with you that are listening to me. What I am saying is this. We shouldn't be surprised. Guys, is evil surprised that good is continuing to do good? I'm talking about in life, period. Screw all the political oppositions a lot of people have. I'm talking about in life. Is evil surprised when good does good? No, evil hates good. That's why evil wanted to silence good, but it's not going to silence good at all. Good does not like evil, right? Darkness does not like the light. Why? Because light shines in the darkness. The darkness don't want there to be no shining light. The darkness don't want a voice. It doesn't want a movement. It doesn't want righteousness, joy, and peace. It doesn't want any of that. So in this case, ladies and gentlemen, when we see evil, we shine light on it. We call it out. We address it. Right? But when evil sees good, it wants to try to silence it. But it will never be victorious. The battle is already won, especially those of you that are in Christ. Now, I know you say Charlie's life was lost, and I completely get that. I understand that. But like I told you guys the other day, how many heroes in this book right here that we read that we so believe in Jesus Christ? How many heroes in the Bible, even after Jesus Christ, died for his sake, died for his cause? So, yes, this is very sad. It is very sad, ladies and gentlemen. I get it. But at the same time, a crown. Charlie Kirk said he wanted to be remembered as being a man of his deep faith in God. She talking about. That's honorable. That's what I'm talking about. This man's name is written in the Lamb's Book of Life. He did exactly what a lot of our heroes of the Bible did. We need to be thanking God. We got to see a real life person who was all out for Christ lose their life just like a lot of our heroes did in that Bible, folks. So yes, it's sad, but at the same time, I feel a sense of pride. I feel a sense of honor that we know that we're doing the right thing to the extent we have evil fearing us because they don't want people to know the truth. They don't want the truth to get out because if it's not going to stop it anyway. It's not going to stop it anyway. The enemy is scared. That's why they're trying to silence him. But all you did was make the voice even bigger. Y'all, let me know what y'all think of this by putting in the comment section after this video. Don't forget to juice. Look, I'm all over the place. Don't forget to do what you see in the elements right here. If you've been enjoying my channel, it will really help my channel. The next video that I'm going to do after this one is going to be up there. Things I did as of yesterday will be right here. If you have not subscribed, click that. I am Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man, and I hope and pray every last one of you have food, shelter, and clothing. And most of all, praying every last one of you guys are in great health mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all. Through Jesus.